what I find here is that you all know how to do all the factoring. Now it's just a matter of deciding which kind of factoring to do when. Okay? So Colvin asked about number 10. Number 10 is a trinomial. First of all, I would look for a GCF. Is there any GCFs I can pull out there?
2 and 8.
Well, I can't pull a 2 out of everything. This doesn't have a 2. I can't pull an X out of everything.
But it's an X squared in the front, so it's like...
Right, but I can't pull a 2 out of an exponent.
Wait,
No, I'm saying it's an X squared in the front, so you add, like, the...
Okay. What I'm asking...
The 8 and 2 go to 10.
Okay, but that's not the GCF. What I had asked for was a GCF.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay.
No.
There's no GCF I can pull out there. That's what I was trying to find. Okay. Now, my signs, you guys are just a couple steps ahead of me. That's all. If this is positive, what do I know about my two signs?
Negative, negative.
Okay, I know they're going to match. This is what tells me now negative, negative. So x minus,
2 and 8.
okay? Yep. And then, so that's what you were getting at, Isaac. I'm sorry. I thought you were saying that was a GCF. So I am looking for numbers that multiply to make 16. This is your review time. Numbers that multiply to make 16 and add to 10. 2 and 8 are what I want to go with. Okay? What else would you like to see me factor?
Number
9? Okay. 9. I've got 9 and 1. What's special about the numbers 9 and 1?
They're a prime.
Nope.
Perfect square.
Perfect squares. Okay? So 9x squared breaks down into 3x and 3x.
83x minus 93x.
Yep, and then the 1 is 1 and 1, and you get 1 plus, 1 minus. Okay? That's how the perfect squares work. Anything else on the factoring page?
8, maybe?
Okay, 8 I would pull out a GCF. So what goes into all three of those?
5xy squared.
Okay, so I can take out a 5. I can take out 1x, and I can take out 2 y's. So 5 out of 15 would leave me with 3, and then I'd be left with x squared, no y's in that first one, minus 2. My x would be gone, and then this would be y to the third, plus 4, x to the third, and 1y left over. And check when you're done with that, make sure there's nothing else you could factor here. Like if it came out looking like this, then you could factor it further. This one you can't. This one there's no other things you could do there. Number 11, by the way, is a two-step one. Number 11, you're going to need to pull out a GCF first, and then what you'll be left with will look kind of like this number 10, and you have to factor that further.
No, I got 2x.
Okay?
Yeah, just do it.
So let's take out, what am I taking out? A 2 and an x.
Oh, you can.
So that would leave me with an x squared here, and a 4x,
1x squared.
Wait.
right?
What,
Which is the same as x squared, right?
No.
1x squared is not the same as x squared? Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's the same, girl. It's the same.
Okay. X squared, like when I write x,
I thought you had to put the 1 down.
you, okay, you have to put the 1 if there's nothing else there. Okay? So like if there wasn't an x or anything, if there was nothing left for that term, you have to put the 1 there to kind of hold the spot.
Like if you had to do 2 divided by 2.
Right.
You did 1.
If there's still an x squared there, it's okay for you to put a 1 there. But really that 1x squared is the same as like an x squared up here. That's the same thing.
So,
Okay.
what's an example of when you would put a 1?
Hold on, just let me finish off this one, and then I'll show you one. Okay, guys. 2x out of 10x would leave me with 5. And now this can factor further. So 2x, and then this would become x plus an x minus, because I know I have a negative down there on the end. What multiplies to 5 and subtracts to 4? 5 and 1. And which one do I want to be positive?
The 1.
So positive 1 and negative 5 would make positive 4.
Yep.
No.
No.
Negative 1.
There you go. 5 and negative 1 would make 4. Okay? So that's how that one would factor completely.
Because the biggest number is always the same as the middle number.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. Colvin asked, when would I have to use a 1? Let's say I gave you 8 18x to the third, 18x to the third plus 4x squared minus 2x. What am I pulling out of all three of those?
4, 2.
A
2x.
2 and an x, right? So 2 out of 18 would leave me with 9. X out of x cubed would leave me x squared. 2 out of 4 leaves me with 2. X out of x squared leaves me with an x. Now what happens here is 2 out of 2 leaves you with nothing. X out of x leaves you with nothing.
But you still have to put a 1 over
Right.
the term.
Yes. So that is where, see how like that whole 2x got pulled out. Normally I would say I have nothing left there. I have no x's, I have no numbers. That's where I have to put a 1 so that when I multiply that back together I get 2x back. Does that help, Colvin?
Yeah.
So sometimes pieces will disappear and that's okay. But if the whole thing disappears, you've got to put a 1 there. Are we okay on factoring?
Yes.
Okay. Very quickly, let's look at this last page.
15.
15? Okay. Maybe I'll get you started on 15. I think we're running short on time. Anyone watching time?
Yeah, we got 3 minutes.
All right. So I'll get you started on 15. The thing you need to know about 15 is that square right there. What does that mean to do with those parentheses? Okay. So that square, don't pack up yet. I'm still talking. That's rude. Okay? 3x plus 4 times 3x plus 4. I'm going to write that set of parentheses out twice, and then I still have the 2x minus 1. That square only applies to the 3x plus 4, so I'm only writing that one out twice. Then what I would do is I would FOIL these two together. That's going to leave you with 9x squared plus 12x plus 12x plus 16. And then I have to take that whole thing and multiply by the 2x minus 1. Okay? Now I would actually simplify that first. I would put those 12x's together and then multiply by the 2x minus 1 to get your answer. This one is just like the one in the warm-up that we did today. So hopefully you wrote that down. If the cardboard box?
Oh.
Yeah, number 16. This one is just like what we did in the warm-up.
Oh, you said number 16. I thought you said number 16.
Yeah,
I was like,
sorry.
no.
No, number 16, this one, is just like what we did in the warm-up, but if you are still having trouble with that, I did do that example with first hour. So if you go to my website tonight and watch first hour's video, that one is on there. Okay? Okay, test tomorrow. I will be at Jasper this afternoon if you need help.